My child, step inside and let your restless heart settle here. I have a quiet truth for you tonight. It is deeper than the chaos outside and gentler than the anxiety racing through your mind. The warmth you are searching for isn't far away. I have never placed it beyond your reach. I put it deep inside you. You keep searching for outward signs, begging others to tell you that you are enough. You wait for your life to clear up before believing I am close. But my peace does not wait for your circumstances to change. My light starts here, in the quiet chamber of your soul, where I touch what no one else sees. I sparked a flame in you, not because you are flawless or never afraid, but because you are mine. There is a quiet room inside you where the world cannot follow. In this private sanctuary, I whisper truth when the world gets loud. I breathe hope back in when life tries to lock you down. This is where I stay with you even when darkness presses in from every side. You might not feel this inner warmth, but it remains. My mercy has protected this spot forever. Do not mistake a hidden spark for a dead fire. A weary soul is not an abandoned soul. Do not believe that heavy days mean I have left you. Sometimes a little dust simply covers the window of your heart. Pain blurs the view. Fear makes you look inside and see nothing but shadows. Cruel words can leave deep, unseen scars. Disappointment tells you that your inner warmth is gone forever. But listen to me, my child. A dirty window does not put out the sun. It just blocks the light. I am gently wiping away the dust inside you right now. I am here to show you the light never left. I always heal your inner heart before I fix your outer world, my child. I did not design you to be empty or without a purpose. I shaped you to hold my love and reflect my peace. And you carry my warmth into cold places where hope has died. Your life is no accident. Your breath has deep meaning. Your heavy heart is still my favorite place to rest. You might whisper that you are too weak to burn bright, but listen closely. I am not telling you to generate strength on your own. I am simply asking you to let me fill you. A lamp does not build fire. It holds it. A dry garden does not make rain. It drinks it. A dark room cannot force morning to come. It just opens to the dawn. You do not have to struggle to make yourself glow. You only need to open your heart to me. Let me into the places you guard so tightly, the hurt parts that learn to hide. Let me heal the wounds that made you wonder if you were broken forever. Rest in me, and your life will naturally grow beautiful fruit. Not by working yourself to exhaustion, but by staying close. This is the secret. It is not about pretending or putting on a show. You do not need to wear a mask while crying inside. Just stay here with me until my peace replaces your quiet panic. Society tells you to paint over the cracks, smile through the pain, and hide your trembling hands. But I do not care about the surface. I start in the deep, quiet spaces where no crowd can hear us. I meet you where your thoughts are completely honest, where you have no words left, only tears. That is the exact spot where we begin to heal. This inner glow is not for show, my child. It is for your survival. It will light your path through the dark and warm your cold, tired bones. It will show you where you hurt, not to make you feel guilty, but to set you free. It helps you hear me above the noise. This light will make you gentle, but not weak, humble, but not small. It will make you strong without building walls around your soul. Some days you will feel this warmth clearly. Other days you will have to trust that it is still there. I hold you on both of those days. Do not anchor your life to temporary feelings which shift like wind over the water. Remember you are light, not because you have no darkness left, but because my presence lives in your soul, and no shadow can conquer me. Your weakness does not scare me. Your doubts do not drive me away. Your slow journey to healing does not make me lose patience. I know how to protect what I planted in you. Tonight, stop staring at your soul through your pain. Look at yourself through my soft mercy. The spark is still there. A new beginning is waiting. A quiet glow still burns beneath your heavy exhaustion. I placed it there, and I will show you how to rest close enough for that fire to breathe. Come inside, my child. Let your fears settle down. Stop struggling. Open the secret, quiet room of your soul to me. What you have been looking for is already living inside you. As we rest together, I will teach you how to let that light shine through every piece of your life. Come a little closer and let this truth sink deep into your heart. My peace is not far from you. It is breathing right inside your chest. Now let me show you how this inner flame grows and shines for others to see. Just rest in me and let it happen naturally. Do not force yourself to glow. Stop trying to prove you are holy enough. Do not wear yourself out trying to look strong for others when all your heart wants is to be held by me. A branch does not grow sweet fruit by struggling on its own. It grows because it stays connected to the source. It simply receives life, letting strength and energy flow through it without struggle. Beautiful things will grow when the time is right, not because you forced it, but because you stayed close to me. This is your sanctuary. Stay here with me. Return to this quiet room. Let your inner self rest in my presence, not just when you feel peaceful, but also when you feel tired, distracted, unsure, or completely exhausted by the noise of the world. You sometimes think staying close means being perfect every single second. But this quiet connection is much simpler. It is just turning your heart back to me the moment fear creeps in. It is whispering my name when your thoughts get too loud. It is pausing before anger takes over. It is bringing your exhaustion here to this quiet space instead of pretending you are fine. This sanctuary is not for performing. It is a relationship. It is the gentle return of a tired child to a father whose arms are always open. Picture a window in a silent room. That window does not make the morning. It cannot command the sun. It simply opens and the warm light flows inside. If that window stays shut, the sun still shines, but the room stays dark. My precious child, so many hearts live in that darkness. My love is right here. My spirit is ready to comfort you. Yet your heart stays locked up because of fear, pride, pain, or hurry. Open that window again. Open it with your prayers. Open it with honesty. Open it through quiet surrender. Open it with the simple words, Father, I need you here. When you open to me, my light is never harsh. I do not break down your door with condemnation. I come like the soft morning sunrise. I come with patience. I warm the cold corners of your soul. I show you what needs clearing, but always with mercy. I touch the secrets hidden in this dark room, not to shame you, but to breathe life back into the places that have felt dead. My child, let my light fill this inner room before you try to act. Let it quiet your racing thoughts. Let it soften your voice. Let it clear your heart. Let it teach you how to love without needing control, how to serve without wanting applause, and how to stand strong without turning cold and hard. A soul that rests in this secret place does not need to shout. It carries a gentle peace that cannot be faked. Others might not understand it, but they will sense the change. They will feel your peace where there should be panic, and hear gentleness instead of anger. They will see a steady heart where you used to react in fear. That is my light breathing inside you. It shines in your patient answers, your quiet acts of kindness, and the deep forgiveness that still walks with wisdom. It speaks through kind honesty, and in the secret moments when you turn back to me during your hidden painful battles. Do not despise these small, quiet spaces. The world loves what is loud, polished, and seen by many, but I show my glory in quiet, secret obedience. A simple cup of water given with love carries heaven. A soft word in a tense room becomes a shining light. A whisper while washing dishes, walking alone, or lying awake in the dark rises to me like sweet incense. When you stay close to me, ordinary moments become holy ground. Remember Mary sitting at the feet of my son while Martha was overwhelmed by so many tasks? Martha was serving, but her inner room was anxious and crowded. Mary chose to stay close to listen and simply receive. My son did not reject service, but he showed that nearness must come before busyness. My child, never let your work tear you away from my presence. Do not let your work for me replace your actual life with me. Sit with me in this quiet space before you run. Listen before you labor. Receive first. Let my light fill this inner room before you try to carry it to others. This is why you get so tired pouring from an empty heart, wondering why you feel dry. They speak words of faith while forgetting to drink from the quiet spring of my presence. They keep doing good, but they slowly lose the tenderness that made those deeds beautiful. I am calling you back to the source. Come drink again. Breathe. Rest. My light is not another chore for you to complete. It is meant to live inside you, like breath moving with you the moment you wake up. It anchors you when life changes. It gently shows you the lonely person, the heavy silence, and the small moment to offer mercy. It guides you in the big moments, but also in the silent choices that shape your soul. Resting here, you are no longer controlled by the need to be noticed. You no longer have to force people to see your growth. You do not need to defend yourself in every misunderstood season. My light will speak for you when words fail. Your peace will speak. Your humility will speak. Your patience will show. Your quiet grace will speak. My beloved child, do not rush. Let me teach you how to simply remain here. There will be moments when you drift away. When you come back, your mind might still scream. When it does, step deeper into this room. There will be times when old fears knock on your door, when they do open your heart to my truth. I am not asking you to become a perfect, spotless vessel overnight. I am teaching you to be open, surrendered, a quiet vessel that knows exactly where life flows from. Stay in this room and let my light breathe through you. Let it flow through your words, your silence, your hard choices, your forgiveness, your boundaries, and your most secret prayers. As you stay near the spark I placed in your soul will grow clearer, steadier, and warmer. Keep close, my child. This inner light is alive, but you must guard it gently, with tenderness, patience, and daily loving attention. In the moments ahead, I will show you how to guard the lamp burning in your secret soul. My beloved child, stay near as I speak to this flame. I have shown you how my light breathes when you rest in me. Now understand that this lamp burning deep inside you must be guarded with care. Not with fear, not with panic, never as if the darkness is stronger than my love, but with a holy quiet, because love must be tended. An ignored lamp slowly gathers cold ashes. A heart left without silent prayer slowly fills with worry. A soul that forgets this inner room might still remember thee, speaking the language of faith, but losing that warm, quiet closeness. I am not saying this to scare you. I say it because what I put inside your soul is so incredibly precious. Protect this flame. Guard it with your prayers with quiet humility, through gentle healing, and by coming back to me every single day. You can never live on yesterday's oil. The strength I gave you then was meant for then, and yesterday's peace only carried you through yesterday's struggles. But today brings new winds, fresh questions, unique struggles, and secret battles in your heart. That is why I am gently inviting you to step close to me once more. Not because I have left you, but because your soul needs this quiet connection. My child, never let a little success make you forget where your light truly comes from. Sometimes when life feels steady again, you stop leaning on me. When the storm passes, your prayers become a little less desperate. When people praise your growth, pride whispers at your door. It tells you that you are strong enough now to walk alone without needing my help so often. Do not listen. Strength without surrender is dangerous. Wisdom without humility turns to pride, and light without connection only turns to smoke. You were never supposed to keep this light burning all on your own. My spirit is the very breath that keeps your flame alive. My word is the oil feeding your heart, and my presence is the shelter protecting you from unseen storms. Stay close, and your light will grow calm and steady. There will be hard days when mistakes make you want to hide from me. Times when you speak too fast or react out of fear. When you lose patience, slip into old habits, or feel the heavy dust of life settling on your heart. Shame will tell you to stay away until you clean yourself up. But I say come to me so I can wash it away. Turning back to me never leads to rejection. It is the doorway back into my light. When you bring your messy, broken pieces to me, I do not crush you. I heal you. When you share what has darkened your heart, I never pull away in disgust. I step closer with mercy. You do not throw away a lamp just because the glass gets dirty. You wipe it clean so it can shine bright. Let me clean the glass of your soul today and clear away the heavy smoke of resentment. Let me wipe away the dust of your fears and clear the cloudiness from your vision. My beloved child, protecting this light does not mean living in constant guilt. It means staying awake. It means noticing what feeds your inner fire and what suffocates it. Some conversations simply leave your spirit feeling heavy. Certain habits numb your heart. Some things you watch fill your mind with shadows, and some relationships drag you into anger, comparison, or deep confusion. I am not telling you to fear the world. I am inviting you to walk with discernment. Ask me, Father, does this feed my light, or does it hide the flame? Ask me before you accept every passing thought and before opening your heart to every voice. Ask me before going back to the old habits I already set you free from. Let me teach you. Remember those who kept oil in their lamps while they waited? Their wisdom was quiet and gentle. It was simply being ready in the hidden room of their hearts, not waiting for the midnight alarm to start caring for their light. They kept the oil ready before the crisis hit. And so it must be with you. Your private prayers prepare you for public pressure. Quiet surrender prepares your heart before hard choices arrive. Secret obedience prepares you for open doors. Staying close to me daily prepares you before the nights get long. Remember Moses up on the mountain. His face did not glow because he wanted to impress the crowd below. He shone because he sat with me listening and receiving. He stayed long enough for my glory to leave its mark on his soul. My child, this is exactly what happens when you protect our secret place. Others might not know where your deep peace comes from, or why your words feel gentle instead of sharp. But spending time with me always leaves a trace. It softens your spirit, settles in your eyes, and shifts the very atmosphere around you. Protecting your light is really about protecting our closeness, because closeness is where the flame learns to burn steady in you every single day. Never ignore this quiet, unseen care. Nobody will applaud the mornings you choose prayer over endless scrolling. No one will notice the nights you turn off what feeds your anxiety. No one will celebrate when you choose to apologize instead of defending your pride. But heaven sees, I see, and these tiny acts pour oil into your soul. My precious child, keep your heart where my breath can reach it. Do not bury it under bitterness or crush it beneath the weight of comparing yourself to others. Do not drown it in endless tasks until you forget why it shines. Just bring your heart to me every day, even with the simplest words. Father, keep my heart close. Father, wash away what has become clouded. Father, show me how to love what feeds your sacred light. Father, help me turn away from what darkens my soul. That simple prayer is all I need to meet you. I do not want perfect words, I just want your open heart. The light inside you will face cold winds. You will go through seasons of deep dryness and long nights when answers seem slow to arrive. But if you keep coming back to me, your flame will never die. It might flicker, but I will not let it go out. It might feel tiny, but it is never useless. A tiny spark in a pitch-black room is still incredibly powerful because darkness cannot swallow what I protect. Guard this gentle light in your soul, my beloved, not because you are carrying this burden alone, but because I have trusted you with something so beautiful. Let your prayers be the oil. Let my word be the wick. Let healing repentance keep the glass clean. Let humility be your shelter, and let love be the warm proof that you are truly alive. Stay close. As you protect this light with me, your life will start to show my glory in quiet, beautiful ways. Next, let me show you how your everyday routine can reflect my love. My child, stay close to me as I speak straight to the quietest places of your life. Now that you know how to protect this light inside your soul, let me show you why it matters so much. Your life is a quiet, beautiful reflection of my glory. You do not need to stand on a grand stage for my light to shine. No crowd is required to prove that my hand rests gently upon you. You do not need the world's applause for your life to matter to me. Rest here, my child, for my glory is rarely loud. Sometimes my grace is a quiet word when you want to shout. It is the silent patience you hold when someone completely misunderstands your heart. It shines when you choose what is right in the dark. When no one is watching, no one is clapping, and no one knows your name. Never look down on your quiet steps. Your hidden faithfulness is never wasted, and your smallest obedience carries an eternal weight. One small candle might seem lost in a massive hall, but when darkness falls, it changes everything. A simple glass of water becomes pure mercy to a thirsty soul. A gentle reply sounds simple, but in a house full of anger, it opens the door to peace. That is how my presence flows through you. I do not always speak in thunder or dramatic signs that stop the world. I move through the quiet devotion of a heart resting close to mine. My dear child, when you walk into a room and leave bitterness outside the door, your heart speaks volumes. When you choose truth over an easy compromise, your life whispers, "My love." When you offer blessings instead of anger, when you listen instead of fighting back, forgive gracefully and hold boundaries without hatred, your soul speaks. Others might not understand the peace they feel around you. They will only know that something about you feels soft and safe. They leave your presence feeling a little calmer, feeling truly seen without any judgment. They feel a quiet invitation to hope again, though they cannot explain it. It is not because of your strength, but because my light breathes through your surrendered heart. I never asked you to shine so the world would admire you. I set you apart so they would remember that I am right here with them. Listen closely, my child. If you live for the spotlight, even doing good will crush you. You will begin measuring your soul by how people react. You will grow weary when there is no thank you, and restless when your quiet kindness goes unseen. But when you offer your secret life to me, every hidden act becomes worship. A secret prayer holds immense weight. A simple meal prepared with love carries my presence. A kind text sent to a hurting soul brings heaven close. The silent choice not to gossip carries power. The quiet moment you hold your tongue, refusing to defend your pride, is beautiful to me. Heaven cherishes what the world completely overlooks. I watch the quiet turning of your heart. I see every single time you choose gentleness over a sharp reply. I see you keeping your spirit pure when everyone around you is careless. I see you choosing to love with wisdom, even when your heart is carrying deep wounds. Please do not tell me your life is too ordinary. Nothing is common or routine once my presence steps inside to fill it. Your kitchen counter becomes sacred ground when you serve with love. Your stressful workplace becomes a sanctuary when you stand with absolute integrity. A silent bedroom turns into an altar when your private prayers rise. A quick hallway chat becomes a moment of grace when my spirit guides your voice. You do not just speak of me to be a witness. You testify by simply reacting like someone who rests in my presence. Think of Daniel in Babylon. He was trapped in a culture that ignored me, surrounded by constant pressure and endless temptation. Yet in his quiet room, he carried a different spirit. He never had to scream to prove his faith, nor did he copy the world to survive. He simply stayed steady and true to me. He prayed in secret, worked with absolute excellence, and kept his soul anchored. Even those who did not know me felt the uncommon peace resting on his life. My child, I will do the very same through you. I know you walk among those who cannot comprehend your quiet faith. You might work alongside people who play fast and loose with the truth. You may sit at family tables where old wounds still scream. You will walk through dark spaces where cynicism, fear, and bitterness feel normal. But you do not have to let that noise shape who you are. You are meant to carry a different atmosphere. Carry my peace, my mercy, and my deep patience. Carry a flame that never wavers, no matter how cold the room gets. This is not weakness, my child. Loving someone does not mean agreeing with their darkness. A quiet soul can hold immense courage. A gentle heart can speak absolute truth. You can be peaceful while still standing firm. My presence is not just soft. I am found in holy strength in your quiet boundaries, and in the courage that refuses to bend for approval. Just let it flow. From love, never pride. Speak words seasoned with deep grace. Let your silence be a choice of wisdom, not fear. Let everything you do point back to me instead of seeking recognition. My beloved child, the most beautiful testimony is the one that grows quietly day by day. People are watching you over time. They notice if your peace survives when life gets hard. They see if your kindness remains steady, even when you are exhausted. They see if your faith can outlast disappointment, and if your forgiveness is genuine, while keeping your boundaries clean and safe. They feel whether you are the same in your quiet room as you are outside. Do not fear a slow journey. A tree cannot grow its fruit in a single afternoon. A river does not carve a canyon in a single morning. A faithful life reveals my beauty through small, repeated moments of surrender, day after day, choice by choice. Let me set your life as a lamp where it belongs, never buried in shame and never elevated by pride. Just let me place you where my hand wants you to shine. Within your family, your job, your quiet prayers, and your ordinary daily faithfulness. When others glimpse that light, They will not praise you. They will search for me, the Father who placed that flame inside your heart, guarding it with endless mercy and breathing through it with love. Stay close, my child. Your quiet, secret witness matters far more than you can ever know. As my presence glows through your ordinary days, I will teach you to feel something much deeper. I will become the quiet rising dawn inside your soul. I am warming every cold corner of your soul, bringing hope back to the places where darkness stayed too long, gently helping your heart breathe in me again. My beloved child, stay close and let your heart listen in the quiet. I have shown you that your life can be a peaceful witness of my glory. Now I want to speak to those hidden places in you that still feel cold, dim, and exhausted from the long night. Let me become the dawn within you. Do not think dawn only begins when your outer world changes. Do not wait for every problem to vanish before you believe the morning has started. Do not measure my nearness by how bright your world looks today. My child, I often begin the new day deep inside your quiet soul, before the world outside shows any sign of light. I come first to your hidden room, touching the secret place where hope has been sleeping. I warm the corner where fear has been sitting too long. I breathe life into the part of you that learned to expect disappointment instead of joy. You have carried heavy nights that others never saw, nights of waiting, nights filled with silent, aching questions, nights when you smiled in public but wept in secret, nights when your prayers felt like faint whispers lost in a dark hallway, making you wonder if my light was still near. You wondered if morning would ever come for you. Listen to me with absolute tenderness. The darkness did not steal away my promise. The delay did not erase my love. The darkness cannot cancel what I placed deep inside you. A long night can make your heart forget the color of morning, but it cannot stop the sun from rising at the perfect time. In the same way, your weary season cannot stop my fresh mercy from returning to you. I am not late. I am not missing. I am not standing far away watching you search for warmth all by yourself. I am the dawn coming quietly into the places you thought would never feel alive again. Let me be the dawn inside your soul. Not a sudden noise that startles your heart, but a steady light that teaches you how to breathe again. Not a fleeting feeling that vanishes with your next worry, but a sacred warmth that settles deep inside, reminding you that you are still held. I come like light across a quiet field, slowly showing what the dark hid, softly touching what the cold covered, patiently waking up what seemed so still. My beloved child, there are parts of you that did not die. They only fell asleep under the weight of sorrow. Your hopes did not vanish. They were just buried by disappointment. The songs in you did not end. They fell silent because your heart had no strength left to sing. But I know exactly how to awaken what belongs to life. Let me touch those tender spots. Let me call hope by name. Let me pull back the curtains of your hidden room. Let me whisper to your soul, morning has begun. You might not feel completely healed all at once. Dawn does not flood the sky in a single second. It starts with a tiny sliver of gold, then slowly grows until the dark loses its grip. So do not look down on small signs of healing. A tiny desire to pray again is light. A quiet second of peace is light. A tear that no longer drags you into despair, but draws you closer to me, is light. A breath of gratitude when you are completely exhausted is light. These things are never small to me. They are the first colors of your morning. They are proof that my mercy is moving again in places that felt completely frozen. Remember Mary Magdalene at the tomb while it was still dark? She came carrying heavy grief, believing the story had ended in loss. The garden was silent. Her heart was completely broken, expecting to find only the memory of her pain. Yet in that exact spot, my risen Son whispered her name. What seemed like the final shadow became the first morning of new life. My beloved child, I can meet you in your garden of grief and speak your name. I can turn the place where you expected only emptiness into the room where you feel my living presence. I can bring dawn right where the darkness felt strongest. Do not fear the secret spaces inside you that still feel dark. Just bring them to me. Pain kept hidden only grows heavier, but darkness laid open before me quickly loses its hold. I do not shame you for having cold corners in your soul. I come to warm them. I do not condemn your tired hope. I come to bring it back to life. I do not reject the parts of you that struggle to trust. I come with endless patience until your trust can breathe. My mercies are fresh every morning, and my dawn is never ruled by a clock on the wall. My morning begins the moment your heart opens to my grace. Even in the middle of an ordinary day, dawn can break inside you. Even while your circumstances remain unfinished, deep peace can begin. Even while the answers are still forming, hope can lift its head. Open your heart to me now. Do not worry about perfect words or polished prayers. You do not have to fix yourself first. Just speak with raw honesty. Say, Father, I need your light here. I need your warmth in this memory. I need your mercy in this fear. I need your breath in this exhausted space. That simple prayer is more than enough for me to enter. I will come softly. I will come faithfully. I will bring deep healing in my light. And as I become the dawn inside you, you will begin to see everything differently. You will see that not every closed door was a rejection. You will see that not every delay was a punishment. You will see that not a single tear was wasted. You will realize that even in the dark, I was preparing your soul to welcome a deeper morning. My child, when the dawn rises inside you, the world outside might not change right away, but you will begin to carry a different light into it. You will speak with hope. You will wait with deep peace. You will notice grace in the smallest things. You will stop calling your story finished just because one chapter was painful. Let me become the dawn inside you. Let me warm what grew cold. Let me awaken what fell silent. Let me shine through the windows of your soul until the places once ruled by heaviness start to remember life. I know the difference between what your mind demands and what your spirit needs. I know when you need an open path, and I know when you need a deeper root. I know when you need comfort, gentle correction, rest, courage, or patience. My morning light does not just wake you up. It gently shows your quiet heart how to open and receive me today. Rest here close to me. As my peace fills your quiet space, let me show you how to trust my care. Let me show you how I give you more than your requests. I provide what your silent spirit actually aches for. My dear child, linger here, while I tend to the quiet burdens you carry. I am already becoming a soft, warm light inside your deepest darkness, melting away the cold and bringing hope back to your tired soul. I want to show you how I truly take care of you. I meet the unspoken needs of your heart. You often come to me begging for specific doors to finally open. You plead for a broken relationship to mend, for the pain to stop, or for quick answers, healing, and clear direction. You long for relief from the heavy weight crushing your chest. I hear every single whisper. I am never tired of your voice. You do not push me away by showing me your wounds. I see what you ask for, and the deeper ache beneath it. I know the prayers you say out loud and the quiet hunger in your soul you cannot put into words. Just listen to me. I do not just answer the panic of this moment. I give out of my infinite wisdom and love. You might beg for a quick escape because it feels right, but I see what your heart needs for the long journey ahead. You want a way out right now, but I am quietly building strength to carry you for many seasons. You look for a loud sign, but I am training you to hear my soft whisper. My love is not smaller than your desires. It is deeper. It is wiser, holding a beautiful plan only I can see. Sometimes I give you exactly what you want, but other times I give you what your soul actually needs rather than what your feelings demand. You wanted speed? I gave you patience. You wanted praise? I gave you humility. You wanted an open door? I gave you wisdom. You wanted comfort? I gave you my quiet presence, changing you from the inside out. Please do not call that an unanswered prayer. Sometimes my help arrives in a disguise you do not expect. Remember my people in the desert. They craved certainty. They missed the comfort of the familiar, even though it was a life of slavery. They panicked about how to survive, eat, and go on in a completely barren land. But I sent bread from heaven morning after morning. I did not fill warehouses for the years ahead. I taught them to gather just enough for the day, resting their trust in me, not their stockpiles. It is the same with you. I might not reveal the whole road ahead, but I will light your very next step. I won't answer every question, but I will give you peace to walk. I may not lift every heavy burden right now, but I will give you quiet strength as you lean on me. Today's bread is holy. Do not look down on today's small portion because you wanted a warehouse. Do not ignore my whisper because you expected thunder. Do not disregard the strength you have for today just because you want a map for your entire life. My child, your soul does not just need perfect results. It needs me. It needs my truth when the world gets loud. It needs deep rest when pushing yourself becomes a habit. It needs guidance when desires lead you astray, and comfort when grief is heavy. It needs courage when doing the right thing hurts. It needs wisdom when a path looks good, but is actually a trap. I provide everything. Sometimes my care looks like an open door. Other times, it looks like a roadblock. Sometimes it is a friend arriving at the perfect time. Sometimes it is a delay keeping you safe until you are ready, or even a loss that frees your soul. Do not doubt my goodness just because something did not happen. Some things you wanted so badly would have broken you if they arrived too early. There were rooms you wanted to walk into that would have only fed your pride, fear, or need for validation. There were ties you wanted to hold on to that would have put out the flame inside you. I am not stealing your joy. I am protecting it. I am leading you straight to real life. Remember Elijah waiting by the quiet stream? He was hidden but never forgotten. The stream gave him water, and birds brought food. It was not his dream destination, but it was where I sustained him. When the stream ran dry, it was not a failure. It was my guidance leading him to his next blessing. I can feed you at the water, and I can lead you when it dries up. Do not cling so tightly to the gift that you forget the giver. I might feed you one way for a season, then guide you forward when its purpose is done. Your safety is never in the stream. It is not the bird, the open door, the person, or the perfect plan. Your only real security is found in me. When I am your foundation, you can enjoy my gifts without worshiping them. You can let go without losing yourself, and wait without feeling abandoned. You can walk through the dark without losing your deep peace. Bring me your heart, my child. Bring me your endless prayers. Bring me the dreams you are too scared to voice. Show me the deep ache behind your words. I will never mock your tears or push your longings away. But I love you too much to give you what might steal the beautiful life I am building inside you. Let me nourish what is eternal inside you. Let me strengthen your weakness and clear away your inner doubts. Let me satisfy the hunger no earthly answer can touch. My best gifts are rarely what you expect, but they always bring you real life. This path might quiet you, stretch you, or slow your steps, but I will never allow your soul to be broken. I see what truly feeds your spirit versus what you would cling to until it slowly drains your heart. Trust my quiet timing and trust my gentle hand when my help comes in a shape you never expected. Just stay close. As you learn to lean on what I give you, will learn to trust what I keep back. Let me show you how a closed door is actually mercy, because your Father sees the hidden traps you cannot yet see. My child, rest here with me while I speak to that quiet ache of a door that stayed shut. I have shown you that I give what your spirit actually needs, not just what your feelings crave today. Now please understand that a locked door is often pure grace. Please do not call every setback a rejection. Do not assume every delay is a punishment. Never believe that because a path is blocked, my love has walked away. My child, I know the doors you wanted so badly, the plans, the relationships, the answers you waited for, and the roads you hoped would clear because you just wanted some relief. When they stayed closed, you wondered if I had turned away. You wondered if your prayers were ignored, or if you were somehow less worthy than everyone else. But hear me. I listened. I saw your tears. I knew the desperate hope you tied to that door. But I saw what waited behind it. You saw a beautiful entrance. I saw the end of the road. Your eyes saw a golden handle, but I saw the dark rooms beyond. You saw a sweet promise. I saw the heavy price your heart would pay, how it would tear open your old wounds and steal away your quiet peace, and how it would slowly pull you away from our connection. A closed door is mercy, because my love sees far beyond your desires. You beg for something because it looks like a blessing, but I close it because I know it would turn into a crushing burden. You rush to step inside, but I hold you back to let your roots grow deep. You ask to keep someone close to your chest, but I step in to create space because that bond was slowly dimming your inner light. I am not cold when I protect you. I am not quiet when I guide you. I am never absent when I answer with a no. A loving father does not open a dangerous gate just because his child is crying outside it. If danger is waiting on the other side, love acts as a barrier. If the ground ahead is shaky, mercy looks like a delay. If the river is too wild for you to cross, love is the hand holding you steady on the bank. My child, I know it hurts when protection feels like a loss. I know a shut door makes you feel so small, leaving you questioning your value, your hearing, and your place in my heart. But let me translate this silence before your fear does. Fear tells you that you are forgotten. My love whispers that you are protected because you are deeply precious. There is a world of difference. You are not forgotten. You are guarded. You are not rejected. You are being led. You are not losing your path. You are being shielded from a life that was never meant for you. Remember Paul when he tried to travel to preach, but my spirit gently stopped him? To anyone watching, it felt like total frustration. He only wanted to do something good, beautiful, and holy. Yet I closed that road for a time, only to give him a vision guiding him to Macedonia instead. The barrier was not abandonment, but guidance. That closed street became the exact map to his true destination. My child, Even your best desires need my timing. Even your holiest dreams need my direction. Even beautiful visions need my hand to guide them home. Do not think that just because something is good, it must happen today. Do not assume your heart is ready to carry what it wants. Do not assume a bright doorway holds my peace. Some lights are only illusions, and some invitations are just distractions from your path. Some open pathways look easy because they demand no choices, but later they cost far more than you ever realized. This is why I train you to look past what you see. An open door can lead to emptiness, while a locked door can be your shield. A delay can seem useless, but still be preparing your soul. A no can hurt, but carry deepest love. My child, bring me your confusion. Bring me the heavy disappointment. Bring me the plans you keep rewriting in your head. Bring me that aching question, Father, why did you lock this door? I am not angry at your questioning. I only want to keep it from turning bitter. Leave it in my hands and let me hold both the answer and your heavy heart. One day you will see that what you wanted would have trapped you. Sometimes you will look back and thank me for keeping that door shut. The reasons will surface slowly as your soul grows strong enough to hold the quiet truth. And sometimes, my child, you may never fully understand on this side of eternity, but you can still trust my heart. You do not need a reason to stay safe in my hands. Just remember that I am your Father, and I never play with your pain. I do not shut doors to mock your hope. I close them to guide you toward real life. Do not spend your life knocking on a door I locked. Do not wrap your identity around what is gone. Do not let one unfulfilled wish dictate your faith. Turn back to me and let my peace gently pull you away from that locked door. There is still a path for you. I still provide. There is still light for your steps. Your future has not been canceled by this single locked door. Sometimes a closed door is simply a wall protecting the garden growing inside your soul. Sometimes it is a fence sheltering a young plant from harsh winter winds. Sometimes it is just a pause before everything aligns. Sometimes it is the grace that keeps your spirit safe. Here in the quiet, I see what your eyes cannot yet discern. I am not withholding to wound you. I am guarding and redirecting you. I am shutting what drains you to open what builds you up. My beloved child, trust me with these doors. Trust me with the timing. Trust me with your deepest desires. The losses you grieve, the doors that closed, and the mysteries you still cannot understand. I close doors in love and open them in wisdom. Stay near me, because this next step in our quiet journey calls for deeper surrender. Let me show you how to lay your longings down. Not to destroy them, but to purify order and hold them safely in my hands. My child, rest here with me as I speak to the longings you cling to. I have shown you that closed doors are mercy. Now let us go deeper. Lay your deepest wishes on my altar. Do not fear letting go. Do not believe that when I ask you to lay something down, I want to steal your joy. Never think my altar is a graveyard for your beautiful dreams. My dear child, this altar is not the end of love. It is where your love is purified. Here in this quiet place, you lift what is precious, freeing your heart from fear. This is where desire is washed of desperation, and hope is separated from control. It is where you return the blessing to the one who gives every good thing. I know you have desires that deeply matter. I know your heart. You long for peace at home, healing for your body, and someone to truly understand who you are. You long for a door to open, a heavy burden to lift, and a quiet prayer to take shape. Some longings have been carried so long, they feel like breathing. I never mock your longings, nor do I call your desires selfish. I am not asking you to live empty of hope. I only ask you to bring that hope to me so it can become holy. You can hold a longing in a way that frees you, or in a way that slowly chains you. When a desire becomes the only way you let me prove my love, it grows too heavy. When a dream rules your peace, every delay feels like a painful rejection. When a person, a plan, or a blessing becomes your entire center, your soul trembles at any threat. I invite you here to the altar not because I hate what you love, but because I love you too much to let those things rule you. My child, surrender does not mean your longing is worthless. It means saying, Father, this is valuable to me, but you are so much greater. This dream matters deeply, but your wisdom is higher. This person is incredibly dear to me, but you are my true source. This door looks beautiful, but I trust you more than my own eyes. Remember Abraham walking up the mountain with Isaac? The promise he waited for was not just an idea. It had a face, a voice, and a name, the son he loved. When I asked him to lay Isaac down, I knew exactly how precious that child was. I knew what his son meant to him, but I was revealing something deep inside Abraham's own soul. The gift could never replace the giver. At that altar, Abraham discovered that I do not just speak promises, I am also the one who provides. The ram was already waiting in a thicket he could not see. My provision was miles ahead of his understanding. My mercy was already there before his eyes could see it. It is the same for you. There are provisions waiting that you cannot yet see. My mercy is already moving just beyond your sight. Deep provision is waiting for you on the other side of surrender. But as long as your hands are tightly clenched around what you fear losing, you cannot receive what I want to show you about my heart. Open your hands, my child. Open them slowly if you have to. Open them through your tears. Open them with an honest, quiet prayer that says, Father, I do not know how to let go, but I want to trust you more than I fear losing this. That prayer reaches my heart. I do not expect this to be easy. Some of your desires have roots running deep into your childhood. Some are tied to old wounds, and some to long years of waiting. Some are bound to the hope that this one thing will finally make you feel safe, chosen, and loved. I understand. And that is why I hold you so gently. But my child, no earthly thing can bear the weight of who you are. No relationship can rescue you, and no achievement can heal your wounds. No open door can bring you peace, and no answered prayer can replace my presence. If I gave you this dream while it ruled your heart, the gift would break under a weight it was never meant to carry. Let me restore everything to its proper order. Let me be your center. Let the blessing be a blessing, the dream be a dream, and the person be just a person. Let me be your source, and your desires will finally be safe. You will be able to receive without worshiping, enjoy without clinging, wait without falling apart, and lose without being completely destroyed. You can have hope without letting it become your idol. This is true freedom. My child, bring me not only your painful struggles, but also the pure and beautiful longings. Bring me your desire to be useful. Bring me your desire to be loved, to be healed, and to see your family restored. Bring me your quiet hope for financial relief, companionship, direction, and peace. Bring all of it to me. Nothing is too tender for my hands to hold. Nothing is too complex for my wisdom, nor too precious for my care. Coming to the altar does not make me love you less. It shows if you still trust my love when answers do not look like you expected. It teaches your soul to whisper, even here, Father, you are good. I belong to you. Even here, I will not let my desires take your place. This is a holy trust. This is mature love. Here your heart finally grows lighter because you no longer have to guard your life alone. I will never mishandle what you surrender. I may return it purified or gently lead you elsewhere. Sometimes I ask you to wait here. I might swap your plans for what your soul truly needs, but your surrender is never meaningless to me. Every desire you leave with me becomes part of the quiet work I am doing in your heart. Step into this sacred space. Bring your dream. Bring me the name. Bring the plan. Hand over the fear of losing it, the ache of wanting it, and the heavy question of why it takes so long. I am meeting you here with gentle mercy. Do not bury your desires in despair. Lay them down so I can breathe new life and holiness over them. As your hands open in this quiet room, your prayers will start to shift. They will rise with deeper trust, more freedom, and true peace. Stay close to me. I will show you that your cries never fall to the ground. Rest here while I answer the very prayers you thought had completely disappeared. We have placed your desires on this altar to make your hope holy, not to lose it. Now let your heart settle as you listen closely to what I have to say. Your prayers never hit the ground. Not a single tear you cry is wasted. No whispered sentence is ignored, and not one honest sigh of yours goes unnoticed. You have prayed in dark, lonely rooms where nobody else could hear. You whispered my name with a completely exhausted voice. You brought me names, heavy burdens, and questions while the world outside stayed exactly the same. You stared at dry, hard soil and wondered if anything was actually happening underneath. You looked at locked doors and wondered if your voice ever reached heaven. Rest now and listen to me. I heard you the very first time. I heard you the second. I listened when your words were strong and when they broke apart into complete silence. Prayer is not powerful because it sounds flawless. It is powerful because it touches my heart. I do not need you to use polished, perfect language to listen. I do not wait for you to bundle your emotions neatly. I simply receive the prayer born from raw truth. A quiet cry from your weary soul smells sweeter to me than 1,000 beautiful words spoken without real surrender. My beloved child, you have often judged your prayers by the immediate results. If a door swung open quickly, you assumed your prayer had actually worked. If nothing changed, you worried you had failed. But my ways run much deeper than outward proof. Seeds do not show signs of life the second they enter the soil. First, they disappear. They are buried and hidden. Yet in that secret darkness, life begins to move. It is the same with your prayers in this quiet ground. I hold them here in my presence. They are working deep down where you cannot see. You might not spot the green sprout yet, but do not call that seed dead. You might not hear the answer yet, but do not call me silent. You may not understand the timing, but I am here. I am working in deep places you cannot see. Some prayers gently soften hearts over time. Some prepare connections you know nothing about. Some build your strength before things change. Others become a shield on paths you never knew were dangerous. Some are answered with deep peace before anything changes outside. Others are stored like rain clouds waiting for the perfect moment to break. My precious child, remember Hannah. She prayed from a place of raw heartbreak. Her lips moved, but no one around her could hear a single word. Others misunderstood her while she poured her soul out to me. But I knew exactly what her tears meant. Her cry did not fall useless into the dust. When the time was right, what she carried in deep sorrow became her testimony. You might feel just like Hannah sometimes, completely misunderstood, unseen, and far too tired to explain the depth of your heavy heart. But I know the language of a heart with zero strength left. I read your tears. I hear your quietest silence. I know how to answer the cries that others cannot even name. Do not stop coming to me. Do not stop bringing that same name here. Do not stop showing me that same wound. Keep asking for wisdom, healing, provision, and peace. Your persistence never bothers me. It is the beautiful sign of a heart that refuses to let delay have the final say. Every time you return to this quiet place, you are saying, Father, I still believe you hear me. Even if I cannot see the answer, my voice is safe with you. Your prayers are completely safe with me. They are never dropped, never forgotten, and never lost in the constant noise of this world. See your prayer as rising incense. You cannot track where the fragrance drifts, but it always reaches my holy place. See prayer as water poured on dry ground. The surface looks unchanged, but life-giving moisture is soaking deep into the hidden roots. See prayer as a warm lamp in a dark window. A lost traveler might never know your name, but your light still guides them safely home. This is why I want you to keep coming to this room. Not out of panic fear or the belief that endless words can somehow force my hand. Pray because you belong to me. Pray because I have invited you close. Pray because it keeps the channel wide open between our hearts. My child, some of your prayers are quietly changing you, even while you wait for them to change your outer circumstances. You ask me to heal someone else, and I begin softening the bitterness inside you. You ask for an open door, and I teach you patience. You ask me for justice, and I begin washing away your desire for revenge. You ask for peace, and I show you where you have agreed with fear. This too is my answer. This too is mercy. This is my faithfulness moving inside your prayer, even when absolutely nothing shifts on the outside. Something sacred is forming inside this quiet room. Trust that unseen movement is still real progress when it rests in my hands. My beloved child, today, do not think prayer is just about receiving gifts from my hand. It is where your soul learns my heart. Here your desires find order. Here your fears grow quiet. Your vision is washed clean, and you remember that you do not carry this heavy burden alone. Enter the quiet of your inner room. Bring me that heavy burden again. Bring me that person, those unanswered questions, and your fragile hope, but bring them with open hands. Don't hold on to the answers so tightly that you miss me here with you. The answer matters, yes, but my presence is your actual life. The breakthrough is important, but my closeness is your true strength. I'm shaping your soul even as you ask. My dear child, your quiet prayers never fall to the empty ground. They rise straight to me. I hold them close, weaving them into a grand design you can't yet see. One day, everything will become clear. You'll realize those quiet, whispered prayers were never wasted. They were gathered, remembered, and kept for the perfect moment. So keep praying with a trusting heart. Be honest with me. Keep loving even when the ground looks completely dry. Your Father hears you. Your Father remembers. He moves with perfect wisdom. Stay near me because your prayers are doing so much more than sleeping in the dark soil. As my love flows into this quiet room, praying for others will turn your heart into a running river. Stay close while we talk about this sacred flow of love. You already know your prayers don't just vanish. Now let's look deeper into what happens in this quiet space. When you carry others in prayer, your heart becomes a river. True love can't stay locked inside. It drinks from my spring and then naturally flows outward to the world. It notices the dry, thirsty hearts around you and brings them into our quiet space. Praying for them is so much more than just reciting words. It's letting my deep compassion flow right through you to touch another soul. It means standing here with me, holding up someone who doesn't know how to stand. It's whispering a name in this room when they're too exhausted, too lost, too angry, or too broken to pray for themselves. Never think this is a small thing. Heaven feels every beat of this love. Your quiet, hidden prayers aren't wasted just because nobody else sees them. People all around you are walking through dust and shadow. They smile, but their souls are parched. They talk tough, but inside they're quietly falling apart. Some push you away because they don't know how to voice their pain. Others have run far from my light, not because I gave up on them, but because heavy wounds, pride, and deep disappointments have blocked their ears. But when you pray for them in secret, you open a path for my mercy to reach their dry soil. You're not the fountain I am, but I need your open heart to let it flow. A river doesn't keep its water to itself. It moves. It carries life down from the high mountain directly into the deepest valleys. It reaches dry fields that could never climb up to the spring. That's why when my love fills you, I drop a name into your quiet mind, letting mercy reach them through you. You might wonder why a certain face keeps returning to your thoughts. You could be washing dishes, driving down the road, sitting in the quiet night, or starting your day when suddenly they rise within your soul. Don't push that gentle whisper away. That's my spirit, inviting you to bring them here to me. Keep it simple. Father, touch them. Father, guide them. Father, soften their hardened edges. Father, bring light where confusion has taken root. You don't need fancy words. An honest heart is plenty. A river doesn't have to roar to make things grow. It just needs to flow. Remember Moses up on the hill while the battle raged below? The fighting was loud, but those raised, tired hands on the mountain decided the victory. When he grew heavy, friends stood by his side to hold his arms high. The soldiers below couldn't see what was happening on that peak, but heaven saw everything. The war was won through quiet prayer. It's exactly the same for those you love so deeply. They're fighting in dark valleys where you can't follow. They face heavy thoughts, temptations, grief, and silent pressures you'll never fully understand. You can't control their choices. You can't force them to change through arguments. And you can't repair what years of hard life have damaged. But you can bring them into this quiet room. True prayer isn't control, it's surrender. It doesn't say, Father, do what I demand. Instead, it whispers, Father, let your mercy, wisdom, and truth find them in the way only you can. This matters because your love often gets so anxious. You watch them struggle and want to fix it right away. You want to talk and talk until they finally understand. You want to push until they bend. But human pressure only makes them heavy. Prayer gently places them into my hands where the deepest work happens. I can reach parts of them your words can't touch. I can enter memories you never saw. I can speak in dreams, interruptions, and quiet thoughts. I speak through quiet conviction, sudden kindness, and moments of stillness. I can send someone across their path at the perfect time, watering seeds you planted years ago. You're not asked to be their savior. Your only job is to love them and gently carry them to the one who actually saves. This is how you protect your soul from burning out. It keeps your love from turning into control. It teaches you to care deeply without carrying a weight meant only for me. My child, praying for others changes you too. As you hold them up, your own heart begins to widen. You stop judging them based only on how they hurt you. You start to see the wounds behind their behavior and the fear hiding behind their anger. You see the thirst behind their coldness, the hunger behind their running. This doesn't excuse their wrongs, but it helps you pray for mercy instead of nursing bitterness. When you pray for those who hurt you, you're not saying the pain didn't matter. You're just refusing to let that wound dictate your life. You're saying, Father, I hand this person over to you. I hand this pain to you. I won't let bitterness poison the beautiful river you're flowing through my soul. This is true holy freedom. A bitter heart is a blocked river, but a surrendered heart is a clear flowing stream. Let's keep this river clean together. Bring me the offense before it turns to stone. Bring me the disappointment before it hardens into judgment. Hand me the fear gripping your chest before it turns into bitterness. Let my love cleanse what has settled deep inside your quiet soul. I want your quiet prayers to breathe life, not hidden resentment. I want your whispered words to rise from pure love, not from that silent urge to prove you were right. I want your deepest prayers to unleash healing, not to be a hiding place where quiet resentment masquerades as concern. Pray quiet peace over the exhausted. Speak light over the confused. Ask for humility for the proud. Whisper comfort to the brokenhearted. Pray rescue over those who wander. And when words fail you, just rest them in my presence, trusting that my spirit breathes the prayers you cannot find. My precious child, silent miracles unfold when your heart aligns with my mercy. A parched family line can find living water through just one praying soul. A cold, heavy room can receive a secret stream through your surrendered heart. Someone far away can be touched by grace while you weep in secret, unseen by any eyes. My love is quietly moving beneath the surface, carving out unseen pathways, softening your dry, hidden soil, preparing beautiful moments of grace you will see when spring arrives. Do not stop praying. Do not stop loving with wisdom. Keep lifting others to my throne. I did not design your heart just to hold your own heavy pain. I am shaping it into a river of compassion. Let it flow not by your fading strength, but by my spirit. Stay close because I want to show you how this river must flow through your lips. Use your voice to bless, not to wound. My precious child, stay near as I gently speak to the words that escape your lips. We have seen how deep prayer turns your heart into a river. Now let that living water flow through your everyday speech too. Bless others, do not wound them. Your words are not weightless, nor is your tone. Your speech holds the power to heal deep wounds or tear them open. My child, I designed your mouth to bless comfort and speak truth, to breathe life into the dark places where fear has whispered for far too long. But when your soul is exhausted, wounded, or afraid, your tongue can easily cut where I want to heal. It can crush the very hearts I long to restore. It bleeds old pain instead of releasing fresh, living water. Do not let darkness borrow your voice. Let your words be washed in my perfect love. Let my spirit guide your speech. Let your tongue be the doorway through which my quiet peace enters every room you step into. You know how heavily words weigh. You know how a careless remark can ache for years, and how criticism can settle like thick dust over who you are. You know how a sharp reply slams the door on a tender moment. But you also know how one gentle word can give a soul strength. A sincere blessing lifts a weary spirit. One loving prayer becomes cool water to a parched throat. So listen closely to me now. Before you speak of others, bring your thoughts here. Before you react in anger, breathe with me. Before repeating a story, ask if it brings truth, mercy, and purpose. Before speaking of those who hurt you, ask yourself if your words flow from quiet wisdom or from old, aching resentment. I am not asking you to hide the truth. I am asking you to speak it without poison. Truth never needs cruelty to hold its power. Correction does not need contempt to be understood. Boundaries do not require hatred to stand firm. You can speak bravely and keep your heart clean. You can point out wrong without letting bitterness infect the tone of your voice. My beloved child, look deeper. Your words reveal where your soul is still aching. If accusation comes easily, show me the wound beneath. If complaining is your default, show me the quiet disappointment beneath. If sarcasm is your shield, show me your fear. If gossip feels good, reveal the hunger to feel secure and justified. I do not uncover these secrets to shame you. I reveal them to set you free. A natural spring cannot flow with sweet water if poison is dripping in. Let me heal that private room inside, and your words will naturally shift. Let me touch the root, and the fruit will be sweet. Let me heal the very things your tongue has tried to defend. Remember Isaiah when he looked upon my glory? He realized his lips were unclean, living among those with unclean lips. He did not pretend or run away. He let the burning coal touch his mouth. And after cleansing came a powerful calling. My child, I want to touch your lips with my holy fire, not to burn you with shame, but to purify the source of your voice. Let fire touch the careless words, and let mercy soften the harsh ones. Let my truth correct what is false. Let my love thaw what has grown cold. When you surrender your speech, your mouth becomes a beautiful stream of blessing. Your prayers will transform. You will stop praying just to win an argument and start praying for their healing. You will stop pronouncing defeat over your own life. You will speak my truth over your deepest weaknesses. You will stop cursing this hard season and instead ask me for the wisdom to walk through it. My beloved, do not speak death over what I am gently growing. Do not tell yourself you are forgotten when I have called you by name. Do not call your family hopeless while I am still moving in their lives. Do not declare your future over when I am still writing your story. Do not let deep pain train your lips to echo despair. Speak life. Speak faith, speak mercy and hope. Speak what aligns with my heart. This is not about pretending. It means refusing to let pain dictate your future. You can say, Father, this hurts, but I still trust you. You can say, I am exhausted, but you are my strength. You can say, I do not understand, but you are faithful. Honest pain mixed with faith is true worship. My precious child, your words build the world around you. A home can fill with paralyzing fear simply because fear is spoken over and over again. Your heart grows heavy because shame is spoken far more often than grace. A relationship turns dry and brittle because every talk carries silent blame. But when blessing flows from that inner room, everything changes. The quiet space inside you might not change all at once, but the tide is turning. Blessing someone is not false praise, nor is it ignoring what needs healing. It is my own heart speaking life into yours. It sounds like gentle hope, like a quiet prayer in the dark. It sounds like a soft response, a refusal to throw back the stones thrown at you. It means choosing not to condemn what I am still working to restore. Let your inner sanctuary be a place of quiet surrender, not a war zone where your hurt pride struggles for control. Whisper to me when you wake. Father, guard my words today. Show me when to speak and when to rest in silence. Teach me to comfort without trying to control, and to guide without breaking. Show me how to love honestly, and let my voice carry your light into the darkness. I promise I will answer that silent cry. I will quiet your restless thoughts, soften your voice, and place a gentle wisdom at the very edge of your lips. I will whisper when it is better to say nothing at all. My beloved, when your words stumble, just come back to me. Make peace where you must, and open your heart to me. Do not let shame harden you. Let humility unlock the river again. A healed heart is not one that never stumbles. It is one that constantly trusts me. Use your voice to bring warmth, not to leave deeper scars. Let your quiet words join the deep healing I am breathing into your soul and your home. Let mercy, truth, and gratitude flow through your quiet spaces. Rest near me, my love. As your voice heals, I will show you a sacred shield. It will quiet your mind and help you notice my grace everywhere, preventing your soul from being overwhelmed by everything that is still undone. A thankful spirit will shield you from dread, keeping you steady while we wait for the answers together. Lean into me, my dear one, as I speak peace directly to the cold fear trying to crowd into your heart. We have walked through healing your words. Now let me wrap you in another sacred protection. Giving thanks will guard your innermost thoughts from terror. Being grateful does not mean pretending the road is easy, nor does it mean hiding your tears. It does not call deep wounds good. Instead, it is the act of placing every unfinished, broken piece of your life beneath the light of my quiet faithfulness. It is choosing to whisper, "Father, I do not understand this pain, but I know you are good." It is gently turning your eyes away from the giant mountain to the steady hands holding you close. Anxiety wants to shrink your world. It forces you to stare only at what is lost, repeating everything that remains broken. It screams about the delays, the unpaid bills, the heavy silence, the diagnosis, and the closed doors. It whispers, "Keep looking at your pain. Focus only on what is broken." But a thankful heart throws open the window, letting warm light flood your soul, reminding you that this dark chapter is not your end. When you offer thanks, you are not escaping reality. You are simply refusing to let dread dictate what is real. You are remembering how my grace carried you through storms you thought would destroy you. You are recalling the silent prayers I have already answered, the quiet strength I gave, and the doors I shut to keep you safe. The helpers sent exactly when needed, and the stillness that found you when your thoughts were racing. Beloved, your memory can be a cell or a sanctuary. Staring only at your scars makes you dread every tomorrow. But remembering my love lets your weary soul breathe again. It teaches your quiet mind to hope. It gathers proof of my kindness and gently reassures your anxious thoughts. Do not wait for everything to be resolved before you let yourself rest. Give thanks while your restoration is still a quiet seed and while the path ahead is lost in mist. Praise me while your miracle is still taking shape, because I am holding you right here in the waiting, not just at the finish line. Deep power lies in praising me before the victory is won. Remember King Jehoshaphat when an overwhelming army stood at his door. His people were completely helpless against the threat. The danger was terrifying and their panic was very real, but they looked directly at me and admitted they had no answers, keeping their gaze fixed on my face. Praise marched out before the army, and thankfulness filled the valley long before the rescue came. I am not telling you to ignore your troubles, my child. I am simply teaching you where to anchor your fragile heart. When thankfulness speaks, first fear is dethroned. Praise whispers to your soul that this battle does not depend on your weak strength alone. It declares, "My Father is faithful even when my eyes see nothing yet." You can step into this peace today. Before the hard conversation, thank me for giving you wisdom. Before the closed door swings open, thank me for directing your steps. Before the heavy weight is removed, thank me for carrying both you and the load. Before the panic fades, thank me that terror has no hold over you. This quiet trust does not make you weak. It makes you unshakable. Your quiet, thankful heart can still make moves. It can draw lines, ask for support, and follow my hardest whispers, doing so from a place of deep rest, not frantic worry. Panic makes your mind spin, but gratitude lets you stand firm. My darling, Start with what is right in front of you. Thank me for the quiet breath in your lungs. Thank me for the soft grace that woke you this morning and the strength to take just one more step. Thank me for the tiny glimmers of hope you almost missed. The warm meal, the comforting verse, the still moment, and the tears that softened your tired spirit. The redirection that shielded you, and the closed doors that kept you safe. This small practice builds a mighty shield, making your inner world safe from the grip of fear. This is why darkness fights your peace. It wants your mind locked only on what you do not have. It wants you to replay your pain until you forget my warmth, whispering that your life is completely empty of mercy. But the moment you whisper your thankfulness, even through tears, you break the power of fear. Your soul whispers, I am not alone, and I will be rescued again. You whisper to yourself that I am still here, that the darkness is real but cannot conquer the light. My child, breathe and give thanks, not because everything around you is perfect, but because I can weave beauty out of your unfinished pain. Be grateful not because your mind is free of doubt, but because my love is far deeper than your deepest questions. Thank me not because you feel powerful, but because my grace holds you when you fall. Let gratitude protect your quiet mind. When midnight anxieties knock on your door, answer them by remembering my faithfulness. Remind yourself that I carried you then, that I hold you now, and that I will guide your next step. Let these simple truths build a quiet fortress of peace around your mind. Let gratitude defend your heart. When disappointment threatens to make you cold, thank me for what is left. Thank me that you can still feel. Thank me that healing is always within reach, and that my grace never stops flowing to you. Let gratefulness watch over your words. When frustration rises, pause and speak words of surrender instead of bitterness. Tell me that this is painful, but you know I am faithful. Tell me you are exhausted, but you know I am close, and even when you cannot see the path, you still trust my hand. My child, gratitude is a lamp in your soul's quietest room. This light does not pretend the midnight outside is gone. It just prevents the dark from taking over your sanctuary. It burns softly, constantly, with a humble glow that guides your soul back home. Let gratitude become your daily breath, not some forced chore, but a simple return to reality. At dawn, thank me before anxiety lists its demands. In the midday heat, thank me when stress builds. At twilight, thank me for the mercy that held you all day long. Soon this gentle peace will stand guard exactly where your fears used to hide. Your heart will no longer be pulled apart by endless loose ends. You will begin to spot my quiet kindness in the smallest moments. Your soul will grow more anchored, tender, and deeply aware of my constant presence. Lean into me, my precious child. A thankful heart will shield you from panic, and as those heavy chains soften, you can step back into my presence with complete freedom, free of shame and with nothing left to hide. Come rest in your Father's embrace, where you never have to fix yourself first just to be loved. My dear child, draw near to me. Drop the heavy burden of explaining your struggles. Just let me hold you. Remember how gratitude keeps fear away from your heart. Now let me lead you past all dread and regret, straight to the place where your soul remembers its true name. Return to your Father's embrace. Stop hiding in the shadows because you feel unclean. Do not wait for the crying to stop. Do not think you must heal your own wounds before coming home. My child, I am not summoning you to a trial to be judged. I am welcoming you back to your home. I am not waiting with a cold, critical gaze tallying your failures before letting you inside. I see the dirt on your feet, the exhaustion in your eyes, the heavy weight behind your silence. Yet I run to you with mercy. You have carried this load alone for too long. You forced yourself to look strong while your heart was trembling. You tried to pray with powerful words when all you had left was a broken whisper. You tried to conceal the deep regrets and fears that made you feel unworthy of me. But your brokenness could never erase your name from my heart. Your wandering never made me lose track of you. Your exhaustion never made you unwelcome here. You are still my precious child, and my arms are open wide. Come back home. Bring your truth, bring your tears, and bring the shattered pieces you cannot mend. I do not expect you to present a perfect, polished life. Just bring me your authentic self. The one exhausted from dragging ancient burdens, the one still aching from words that wounded your tender spirit. Bring the heart that wonders if love can truly last, the one that kept pushing forward, even when hope seemed completely gone. Lay that weary soul in my hands. I will never break you. I will never shame you. I will hold you close until peace returns. Think of the restless son who packed up everything and ran far away from his father's house. He wasted every precious gift he had been given, ending up completely empty, filled only with hunger and deep regret. Heading back, he rehearsed a servant's speech, feeling too broken to ever be called a son again. But his father spotted him from a distance, ran to him and pulled him close. There were no angry questions or bitter accusations. Only pure love. He did not order him to wash his face first. He simply wrapped him in warmth. He completely restored him, giving him a robe, a ring, and sandals, declaring his true worth, far louder than his mistakes. My precious child, this is exactly how I feel about you. When you come home, shame does not get the first word. I speak first. I call you mine. I call you loved, and I welcome you back inside. I promise that your past has absolutely no power over the beautiful mercy waiting for you. I know you have speeches prepared. You might have rehearsed every single reason why you do not belong here. You whisper that you should have been stronger, that you should have known better. You tell me you took way too long, and you do not understand why you keep falling. I hear the deep ache hidden beneath those heavy words, but my only answer is a tight embrace. My child, I may guide your steps, but my correction is never a form of rejection. There is profound healing in my presence, but healing is never a demand that you become perfect before you are loved. My truth does not come to humiliate you. It comes only to set you free. Lean into my embrace and let me untangle who you are from the mistakes you made. Let me separate your tomorrow from yesterday's regrets. Let me protect your heart from the lie that you are only valuable when you are strong. You are not my beloved child only when you feel brave. You are not mine only when praying is easy or when your inner light burns bright. You belong to me in your fragility, in your waiting, in your fear, and in those silent moments when all you can do is lay your head against my chest. Do not let shame lock you out of this quiet room. It tells you to hide until you are perfect, but my spirit whispers for you to enter and be made clean. Shame tells you to hide until you are strong. My love says, come weak, and I will give you strength. Shame whispers that you are too late. My mercy says you are always welcome here, and my arms can hold all your heavy burdens. Bring your regrets, your fears, and your silent grief. Bring the anger you cannot seem to release, and all those shattered dreams you carry. Bring the questions you dare not whisper aloud. I am not afraid of them. I already see them, and I know exactly how heavy they feel. I have already poured out mercy for the secret places you try to hide from me. Absolutely nothing is hidden from my eyes. My invitation remains open. Come back into your Father's arms. Just rest here before you try to stand again. Let my close presence silence those harsh inner voices. Let my love remind you that grace is a gift never earned. Let my breath slowly calm the rising panic in your chest. Let my gentle hand steady the racing thoughts that have kept you awake for so long. I am not finished with you yet. The painful road behind you cannot defeat my purpose. The dust on your feet cannot resist my cleansing, and the deep wound in your heart cannot stop my healing. The dark night you just survived is not stronger than the bright dawn I am bringing. My child, when you finally let me hold you, everything changes. The heart that braced itself for anger begins to soften. The mind once guarded by fear starts to open, and the soul that expected rejection begins to accept love again. This is where your healing truly begins. Not through endless striving, but simply by letting me hold you. Let yourself be loved and received. You have feared that if you fall apart here, you will never stand again. But my embrace does not keep you weak. It restores what pain exposed, reminding you that running away was never meant to be your way of healing. You heal by staying close. You rise because you are loved, not because you proved you deserved to rise. So draw closer and let my love be your fresh start today. As you rest quietly in my embrace, I will gently touch the tiny flame inside you that has flickered in the harsh winds. Stay close. In a moment, I will show you why I will never put out your fading light. I will bring back to life what still burns. Rest deep in my embrace, child, as I speak directly to the small, trembling light inside your heart. I invited you into your Father's arms not to leave you trapped in weakness, but to rebuild what has been broken. Listen to my gentle whisper now. I will breathe life back into your fading flame. I will not break your bruised heart, nor cast away your weakness. I will never abandon even the tiniest spark left inside you. My child, you have looked deep inside and feared your inner light was completely gone. You have stared at the smoke of disappointment, the cold ashes of regret, the quiet shaking of fear, and wondered if anything beautiful could ever burn inside you again. In the quiet of this room, you have whispered, "Father, is there really enough left in me? Is there enough faith, enough love, and enough strength to start over?" Listen closely to me. I do not need a massive fire to restore you. I can breathe life back into a single quiet ember. I can protect your trembling flame. I can pour fresh oil where your heart has run dry. The darkness wants you to look at the smoke and believe your story is finished. Shame wants you to stare at your weakness and give up. Fear wants you to believe that because your light flickered, it can never shine bright again. But I see far past the smoke. I see the warm ember glowing beneath it. I see the spark of life I put inside you, ready to be renewed. A fading flame still matters to me. A bruised and broken soul still matters to me. Your weary heart matters deeply to me. I do not cast aside what looks weak. I am your Father who comes close when you need mercy, bending low to shield your fragile flame from the harsh winds of life. I do not blow upon you with anger or judgment. I breathe life into you. My child, I know the heavy storms that have swept over your soul, words that cut deep, losses that stole your breath, long seasons of waiting that left your heart completely dry. Those times you tried to be strong for everyone else while your own light quietly faded. I saw every storm. I saw every dark night. I watched you keep going, wondering if you had anything left to give. Do not feel ashamed for needing fresh oil. Your lamp was never meant to burn empty. Your soul was never meant to shine without connection. Your heart was never designed to carry this light all on its own, apart from my presence. This oil flows when you return to me. It comes in honest, quiet prayers, not perfect words. It comes when you let my truth slowly quiet the loud lies in your mind. It comes when you open up without hiding, forgive without pretending, and finally, rest without guilt. And it comes when you worship without needing to pretend you are strong. Come get fresh oil, my child. Come breathe, find warmth, and let my spirit quietly restore you. I do not demand that your light shine bright before I draw near. I come close so it can burn again. I do not need you to prove your worth before I fill you. I pour into you simply because you are mine. I do not wait for you to stop shaking before I hold you. I hold you until your heart finally finds peace. Think of Peter after he denied my son. He spoke such brave words before the test, but then fear completely overwhelmed him. He fell right where he thought he was strongest. In the silence afterward, shame screamed that his story was completely over. But my son did not push him away. He met him by a warm fire, asked him about love, and restored his soul with gentle tenderness. That moment of failure did not end Peter's calling. It became the very place where grace set him on fire again. It is the same for you. Your weakness is not stronger than my mercy. Your failure cannot stop my restoration. Your ashes cannot resist my breath, and your darkest night cannot overcome my light. My child, do not pretend the smoke is not there. Just bring it here. Share those quiet spots where your faith is exhausted. Show me where prayer feels like a chore. Bring the memories that numb your heart and every disappointment that left your hope covered in ashes. I know how to clear away what is clouded. I know how to heal what is burned and how to restore the lamp without breaking it. Let me gently clear the ashes. Let me trim whatever chokes your flame and pour oil on the dry places inside you. Let me protect you while your fire grows steady again. Some seasons of healing must begin very quietly. You might not feel strong right away. Maybe you will just notice you can pray again, or find a moment of peace where panic used to take over. You might feel a quiet urge to forgive, even if you are not there yet. You might feel my words touching a place that used to be numb. Do not look down on small beginnings. A tiny spark is still fire. Weak faith is still faith. Every slow step back matters. I cherish your first spark of trust. I treasure the faint yes you whisper through tears. I love the quiet choice to return when shame told you to hide. I see your spark before the world sees your light. My child, keep letting me fill you. Do not rush back into the storm before your flame is strong. Let rest be your act of trust. Let quiet time with me heal you. Let worship become like breathing, where your soul simply burns without trying so hard. I am bringing you back to life not for show, but for you. This restored light will warm your own heart first. Only then will it warm others who are cold. It will guide your steps. It will soften your voice, help you spot the truth, and remind you that though darkness surrounds your spark, it can never capture what I protect. You are not starting from scratch. You are starting right here close to me. Every quiet return, every real tear, and every let-go breath fills the secret room of your soul. I am showing you that healing is not always loud. Sometimes it is a father leaning close, shielding your spark with my hand, whispering, "Burn again, my child. Burn again in my love until your heart finally remembers that I am still right here. Rest in my hands, beloved. Your wick still burns. Your oil is not empty. My spirit is right here. I will rebuild what is shaking, and as your flame steadies, I will wrap a deeper peace around your thoughts. In the moments ahead, I will show you how my peace guards your thoughts when the winds howl around you. My child, stay close while I speak to the worries running wild in your head. I have shown you how I rebuild your dying spark. Now let me show you the shelter I build around your light. My peace will protect your mind. Not every storm quietens instantly. Not every question gets an answer right away. Not every burden lifts the second you ask. But peace does not just start when the noise outside stops. True peace begins when you let me in. It settles deep in your private room before the outer world calms down. It stands guard when anxious thoughts try to rush in and rule where they do not belong. Your mind has carried so much weight, constantly replaying old conversations. It has imagined worst-case scenarios, counted every risk, felt every old wound, and worried about what happens if everything falls apart. Sometimes your thoughts are like birds circling endlessly, never landing, never resting, never finding a safe branch. I see how tired you are. I hear that noise inside. I know the questions you keep hidden. I see how fear makes everything feel like an emergency. Listen to me now. I am not angry that your mind is tired. I do not blame you for needing peace. I am here to give you what you cannot force. My son once said, I leave you with peace, not like the world gives. The world offers calm only when things are controlled. I give peace while you are still learning to trust me with what you cannot control. This peace is not fake. It is not numbness or pretending the storm does not exist. It is knowing deep down that I am bigger than the storm, closer than your fears, and faithful beyond anything you can predict. My child, your mind needs protection because fear often disguises itself as wisdom. It tells you to think through every possible pain just to keep safe. It tells you to relive every disappointment so you won't be caught off guard. It tells you to stay awake and worry because worrying feels like being responsible. But worry cannot protect your future. It only drains your strength today. Let my peace stand where worry used to. Let my peace watch the door. Let my peace tell that anxious thought, you have no power here. Picture a city with gates. When the gates are left open, anyone can walk in. Rumors, threats, and confusion just wander in. But when a loyal guard stands at the gate, not every voice is allowed inside. My peace is that guard. It won't let every fear become truth or every painful memory become prophecy. It won't let delays prove that I have abandoned you. You let certain thoughts inside because they felt so familiar. Thoughts whispering that you are falling behind. Thoughts that said you are all alone. Or that the answer is never coming, or that your weakness is bigger than my grace. My child, those thoughts may feel like old friends, but being familiar is not the same as being true. Bring them here. Stop hosting them. When a thought tries to enter, ask me, Father, does this thought carry your peace? Does it match your character? Does it lead me closer to trust? Or deeper into fear? I will teach you to tell. My voice might correct you, but it will never crush you. My wisdom might warn you, but it will never drown you in despair. My truth might expose what needs to change, but it always points you toward healing. Remember the disciples caught at sea when the sudden storm rose? Waves crashed, the wind roared, and absolute terror gripped their hearts. Yet my son was right there. A single word of peace silenced the storm. But look deeper, my child. Long before the waves calmed down, he was already right there beside them. That storm did not mean abandonment. The chaos did not mean powerlessness. My presence was already your rescue before the waters grew still. And it is the same for you. I am here before the storm clears. I am here before the doctor's report changes. I am here before the closed door finally swings wide. I am with you before your mind can even map out the path. Let this truth wrap around you. You do not need all the answers to be safe. You only need to know that I am here. Do not try to solve tomorrow's problems tonight. Just open your heart and receive my grace right now. Your worry cannot secure tomorrow. It is already resting safely in my hands. My precious child, gently bring your busy thoughts back to me. When anxiety rushes in, pause and take a breath with me. Say, Father, here is my fear. Here is the painful picture my mind keeps painting. Father, here is the future I cannot control. I lay it in your hands. Then quiet your soul and listen. Let my truth drown out your fear. Let thankfulness remind you of my constant faithfulness. Let prayer carry the heavy burden off your chest and into my gentle care. Let quietness show your racing mind that silence is not a threat. It is simply where my spirit rests beside you. Sometimes my peace flows like a deep river. Other times peace arrives like a single candle flickering in a dark, quiet room. Do not look down on either gift. Even a small spark of peace is still mine. Enough quiet to sleep is my gift. Enough patience to answer softly is your victory. Enough strength to take one step is grace. Enough quiet to halt the spiral is my gentle hand calming your mind. I am shielding you in ways you cannot yet see. I am shielding you from rushing to bitter conclusions. I am protecting you from anxiety wearing the mask of preparation. I am breaking that old habit of trusting pain over my promise. I am training your soul to rest under my truth until fear becomes just a passing visitor you recognize, not a master you obey in your private thoughts anymore. Stay close to me and let my peace cover your heart. Let it stand guard against the dark whispers of the night. Let it stand between you and the heavy memories trying to dictate your future. Let it shield you from the pressure to figure everything out before you trust me. My precious child, I do not expect you to empty your racing mind using your own strength. I am inviting you to fill that quiet space with my presence, my words, my goodness, and my constant love. A protected heart still hears fear knocking on the door, but it is a mind that remembers who actually has the right to enter. My peace will guard you, and you will begin to see your doubts in a whole new light. Stay close, because I want to show you that doubt is only fog, not the end of your faith. My beloved child, stay right here by my side as I speak directly to the quiet doubts drifting through your soul. We have talked about how my peace shields your thoughts, but now let us look at what doubt actually is. It is just mist, not the death of your faith. Do not judge yourself because you still have hard questions. Do not believe that a shaking heart means you no longer belong to me. Do not assume that because your vision is blurry, my promise has somehow vanished. My child, the fog does not destroy the path. It only hides it for a moment. The mist does not tear down the mountain. It only veils it from your eyes. The fog cannot stop the sunrise. It only covers the sky until the warmth breaks through. Likewise, doubt does not mean your faith is dead. It just means your weary heart is walking through the mist and needs to hold my hand tighter than ever. In the deep quiet you have asked, Father, are you still here? Father, did I misunderstand you? Father, why is this journey taking so incredibly long? Father, why do I feel so lost when all I want is to trust you? Know this. I am not threatened by your questions. I never turn away from an honest soul. I would far rather you bring your shaking questions to me than hide them behind empty religious phrases while your heart slowly grows cold in the dark. Doubt hidden in secret can harden into bitterness, but doubt brought into my light can be a doorway to deeper trust. Bring it all to me. Bring the fog. Bring your confusion. Bring the deep ache of not knowing. I will never shame you for needing my light. My precious child, sometimes doubt comes simply because the road is long. Your heart has waited, prayed, hoped, and watched. When answers feel slow, your mind naturally tries to fill that painful silence with worst-case scenarios. It whispers, maybe nothing is happening. Maybe you heard wrong. Maybe his timing has passed you by. But anxiety is a terrible interpreter of my silence. Fear tries to tell you that waiting means abandonment. My spirit uses waiting to grow your roots deep. Sometimes doubt creeps in because old wounds made trust feel dangerous. When disappointment cuts deep, it can make every promise feel incredibly fragile. And when people have failed you, it naturally makes you wonder if my love will fail you too. When prayers did not answer the way you planned, it makes you terrified to hope again. I understand, my child. I know how deep pain can cast a heavy fog over your heart. But pain is not your final truth. This delay is not the final truth. The fog is never the final truth. I am. Think of Thomas after my son rose from the dead. He heard the others, but his grieving heart could not easily leap into belief. He simply needed to see and touch the places that had been broken. My son did not judge him. Instead, he came close, stepping right into that locked room. He spoke peace. He invited Thomas to bring his raw doubts straight into the presence of new life. Do you see what I am doing, my child? I do not answer your questions with a lecture. So many times I answer simply with my presence, walking straight into the locked rooms of your fear. I stand exactly where your anxious thoughts have been hiding. I whisper peace before explaining anything, reminding you that scars do not mean your healing is impossible. Your doubts are very real, but they are never larger than my presence. Your questions are heavy, but they can never outlast my absolute faithfulness. Your struggle feels heavy right now, but it cannot hold back my light. My child, please do not settle down in this darkness. Do not make final choices while you are hurting and cannot see. Do not let one hard season erase my kindness from your heart. When life gets blurry, just rest. Do not run away. Walk slowly, but do not let go of me. Tell me everything you feel, but do not stop talking. Trust is not always a warm feeling. It is simply choosing to face me even when your soul is shaking. It is whispering, Father, I do believe. Help my doubts. It is reading my promises when your heart feels completely numb. It is praying again after a long, quiet silence. It is saying, I do not know the way, but I will not let this dark place become my home. This moves my heart. I see your quiet return. I hear the silent prayer you still send up. I see the soul that still aches for me through all your questions. Do not look down on your tiny spark of hope. A small candle still cuts through the deepest dark. Reaching out your hand is enough. A quiet yes whispered through tears can build a beautiful life of trust. My child, pain always makes your fears look much bigger than they really are. Fear feels close. Failure feels close. Heartbreak feels close. But my love only seems far away because you are exhausted. Let my voice lead you when your eyes cannot. My truth is a soft light for your feet. It will not show the whole journey, but it shows where to step right now. Just take that step. Whisper one more prayer. Choose one quiet act of hope. Take one deep breath of my grace. Do not wait for all your doubts to vanish before you move. Some questions will fade as we walk together. Some answers will only make sense to you after you have courageously stepped forward. True peace often comes after you trust me enough to act. I do not expect you to feel perfectly brave. I only ask you to lean on my heart while your strength is still returning. I never ask you to force your doubts to sleep. I'm asking you to bring every fear to me. I do not expect you to ignore the darkness. I just want to walk with you through it. My sweet child, this shadow will pass. The morning is never stopped by the dark. It rises gently, slowly, and the cold air begins to warm. I will do this for your soul. Slowly the truth will clear up. Slowly your peace will return. Slowly your heart will remember that I have been right here all along. So do not think your doubts mean your faith is dead. See them as the place where you are learning to hold my hand in the storm. See it as the quiet valley where you learn to trust without seeing. See it as the place where you are learning to hear my whisper. You are not failing just because the road ahead is hidden. I am simply inviting you to trust me because I see around every corner. I see past the storm, past the night, and far beyond the fears that are trying to drown out my quiet promise inside you today. Right now, my child, stay close. This doubt is only mist, not the end of your trust. Let me show you how to walk through this darkness step by step until the warmth of the light returns. My precious child, stay close and let me hold your hand. I want to speak to that anxious place in you that needs to see everything first. Doubt is just mist, not death. Now let us walk through this quiet space together. You do not have to see the end of the road or understand every single turn. You do not need all the answers before taking one small step of hope. My child, the dark often makes the soul want to freeze. It makes your life feel totally unfamiliar. It hides your future and whispers that if you cannot see, you should just give up and stop. But I do not expect you to run through this. I only ask that you walk with me gently, honestly, and very close to my side. When you cannot see, staying close matters far more than rushing. A little child walking through a storm does not need a map. They only need their father's hand. Step by step, that hand leads the way. The path ahead might be completely covered, but the child is safe because their father is right there. So reach out to me. You do not have to be perfectly brave or hide your fear. Just come to me exactly as you are. Whisper, "Father, everything is blurry, but I still want to follow you. Father, I am so unsure, but I will not run away. My trust is shaking, but I am reaching out." That honest cry means everything to me. I do not look down on steps taken with shaking knees. I never reject the smallest effort to trust me. I will never shame a soul that whispers yes through tears. The deepest love is not built when life is sunny and warm, but when you are surrounded by darkness and still listen for my whisper. My child, you often wait for the pain to go away before you trust me. You wait to feel strong before forgiving. You wait to feel ready before you pray. You wait for perfect peace before letting go of what you carry. But trust only grows when you start walking, not before. Just take that single step, not the whole road ahead, just the small space I am lighting for you now. My truth is a candle, not a massive searchlight showing the entire path. A tiny lamp gives just enough light for your very next step. It keeps us close. It keeps you safe from running ahead of my timing. If I showed you the entire future, your anxious soul might try to control it all, trying to carry tomorrow's burdens before receiving today's quiet grace. I lead you slowly because I love you, keeping you safe from paths that would hurt you. I quiet some answers because your fragile heart is not meant to carry the weight of tomorrow. I give you enough light to trust, not to control. Think of Abraham when I called him to leave his home. He did not get a map or a detailed plan before he stepped out into the unknown. He took that first step because he trusted the one speaking. It wasn't about seeing the path. It was about hearing my voice. It is the same for you. I will show you new horizons only after you step out. The signs you seek wait on the trail, not at the start. Deep clarity will only find you once your feet are already moving. Do not beg for sight when I am gently drawing you into trust. Stop reaching for control when I am offering my presence. Do not beg for the whole map when I have given you the next step. Walking through this heavy mist with me means letting go of fear. Anxiety screams to decide and fix everything this very second. But my spirit whispers, come close, breathe, listen, and take this one small step. Terror creates a crowd of noisy worries. My peace brings quiet clarity. Fear drags you into a future of imagined disasters. Quiet peace anchors you back to my hand. When thoughts spin, pause and whisper, Father, what is the next faithful step? Do not worry about solving every worst-case scenario. Forget about all the unknowns. Just ask, what is the next faithful action? Sometimes it is a simple prayer. Sometimes it is deep rest. Sometimes it is offering an apology, embracing quiet, or making that difficult call. At times it is resting in the wait without feeding your worries, or walking away from familiar habits that hold you back. Trust me to guide you. I am an expert at leading through the dark. I guided my children through the wilderness, knowing exactly when to march and when to rest. That vast desert looked terrifying to them, but it was completely clear to me. They could not see the destination, but I was with them every mile. My precious child, I am right here in your story too. Your confusion never baffles me. Your doubts do not tie my hands. Your heavy questions will never make me lose my way. I know the route through this gloom. I see what lies ahead. I see the traps you must avoid. I know what needs healing and what baggage you must drop before we reach the open fields. Lean into my rhythm. Hold my hand. Lean on my presence rather than your own eyes. When you trip, do not write yourself off as a failure. A toddler taking shaky steps in the fog is never abandoned by their father. I do not leave you just because you need a steady hand. If you trip, grasp my hand. If fear rises, bring it to me. If you hesitate, just listen again. We have not lost the trail just because of one shaky step. Keep walking. This deep mist is your training ground. It forces you to listen and slow down. It cures you of needing absolute certainty. It teaches you to accept my quiet presence as completely enough for this single step. It forces your roots to grow deeper than temporary emotions. One day, my child, you will look back and see how meticulously I guided you through the dark. You will recognize the secret protection, the unexpected blessings, and the gentle mercies I quietly left for you on this path. You will realize I was never missing in the gloom. I was right there, holding you close. Walk through this mist with me. Do not sprint ahead and do not retreat. Never sit down and accept this confusion as your final story. Take one more step with me, letting my whisper drown out the terrifying noises around you. Hold tight, my beloved, as we navigate this unknown path. Soon I will teach you to identify the other voices speaking to you in the dark. Now let me show you how to identify the cruel voice of accusation. Stay close to me, my child, as you learn to hear clearly inside this mist. We have learned how to walk when the way is hidden. Now we must expose the accuser, because not every thought echoing in your mind is my voice. My voice heals. My whisper corrects you, bringing truth without breaking who you are. But the voice of condemnation is different. It never guides you back home. It drives you deeper into the shadows. It does not open a wound to clean it. Instead, it crushes you until you feel utterly shattered. It never invites you to turn back with a promise of hope. It piles on heavy shame until you cannot bear to look at me. Spot the difference, child. My conviction whispers, "Come close, let me heal this." But condemnation says, "Hide because you are too dirty." Conviction says, "Let us change this because I love you." The lie says you are permanently broken. My spirit points to mercy. The enemy points only to your shame. This is how you tell them apart. If a voice brings despair telling you that I am exhausted by your mistakes, or that your weakness is bigger than my grace, then you must not receive it as my word over you. I may show you what needs fixing, but I will never speak in a way that strips away your identity as my beloved. You are still my child when you need correction. You are still my child when you are messy and learning. You are mine even when I point out what hurts. The liar wants you to mistake correction for rejection, convincing you that because I am fixing your life, I have stopped loving you. I correct you because you are mine. A loving father never lets his child wander into danger. He warns, guides, and reaches out. His warning is not hatred. His correction is never abandonment. Discipline never means you do not belong. My child, the enemy's whispers are quiet. They rarely sound like absolute darkness at the start. Often they sound exactly like your own thoughts, saying you are too late, too weak, and have failed too many times, telling you that you will never heal, you are unlovable, ignored, and your prayers are useless, whispering that your light has burned out. Learn to recognize that weight. It is toxic shame. It offers no escape, makes me feel distant, and forces you to stare hopelessly at your own flaws. That is never the voice of your Father. Remember the garden. The enemy began with a subtle whisper, not raw darkness. It started with a whisper meant to twist, "My goodness, did God really say that?" Beneath that doubt was a deeper lie, suggesting that I was holding back from you. A whisper that I cannot be trusted, that my guidance isn't born of love. It is the same old trap. The enemy tries to distort my heart before he can ruin your steps. Once you believe I am against you, you start pulling away to hide. And when you shut yourself in that dark closet, shame only grows louder. When shame gets louder, those lies become easier to believe. Run back to me the moment the accusations start. Do not sit alone with them. Do not argue with those thoughts all night. Do not let them build a dark room in your mind. Bring them into my light and ask, "Father, is this really your voice? Does this thought carry your truth? Does it bring me closer to you, or does it push me deep into fear?" Let me teach you how to hear the difference. I will help you separate the whisper of my spirit from the noise of condemnation. My son faced the tempter in the wild when the enemy tried to twist his identity, saying, "If you are really God's son." But my son did not have to perform to prove his worth. He simply stood on what was written. He answered with quiet truth, not with panic. My child, you must learn to do the exact same thing. When that voice whispers, "If you were really loved, you wouldn't be hurting," answer with my truth. Tell yourself, "My Father is close to the brokenhearted." When it whispers, "If you were really called, you wouldn't still be waiting," answer with my truth. Say, "My Father prepares what He appoints." When it whispers, "If you were truly forgiven, you wouldn't still remember," speak the truth. My Father is healing me, layer by layer. When it says you are finished, answer with the truth. My Father is still writing my story. Do not answer those harsh accusations with your raw emotions. Answer with my word instead. Emotions get tired. Memories get bruised. Feelings easily shift when the pressure rises. But my truth does not bend even when the night gets incredibly loud. My beloved child, the accuser, also tries to make you speak against yourself. He wants your own mouth to agree with things I never said about you. He wants you to whisper, "I am useless. I am hopeless. I am too damaged. I am forgotten." Please be careful, my child. Do not use your own voice to repeat the enemy's lies over my beautiful creation. Speak gently and carefully over your soul. Speak what is true. Speak words that bring you back to me. Speak words of mercy. You can be honest about your pain without condemning yourself. Say, "I am struggling, but I am held." You can say, "I made a mistake, but I can still go home." You can say, "I feel so weak, but my Father gives me strength." You can say, "I do not understand, but I will never call God unfaithful." This is how you fight back, not with fear, not with frantic striving, and never with self-hatred. You resist by standing firmly in the truth of who I am and who you are in me. My child, true humility does not mean agreeing with lies about your worth. Humility means choosing my truth over your own pride and your deepest shame. Pride says, "I need no correction." Shame whispers, "I am too broken to be restored." But humility says, "Father, show me your truth and keep me close while you heal my heart." That is the quiet heart I can guide. That is the heart I can beautifully restore. That is the place where my light begins to grow steady again. So when the mental fog is thick and heavy, voices start whispering, pause before you believe them. Listen closely to what they produce. Do they lead you to prayer, trust, and hope? Or do they lead you into hiding, deep despair, self-contempt, and distance from me? By their fruit you will always know where they come from. I am never the voice that buries you beneath heavy shame. I am the Father who gently lifts your face. I am the shepherd who calls you by your name. I am the healer who tells you the truth, so your freedom can finally begin. Stay close to me. Recognize the voice that accuses you, and do not let it define your life. In a moment, I will teach you how to stand in the truth of who you are, because your identity is not built on accusation, but on my love. My beloved child, stay close as I speak over your heart. I have shown you how to recognize the voice that accuses you. Now I want you to stand in the truth of who you really are, because accusation is not your name. Fear is not your name. Failure is not your name. You belong to me. Do not let shame rename you, and do not let delay redefine who you are. Do not let one painful season become the voice that defines your entire life. My child, there are heavy names the world has tried to place upon your shoulders. Names like too weak, too late, too broken, or too damaged by your past. There are cruel names that pain has whispered over you in the dead of night. Forgotten, rejected, unchosen, unworthy. There are names your own mind has repeated so often they began to feel real. But a repeated lie never becomes the truth. A loud accusation can never become my word. A painful memory does not define your identity. You must return to what I have spoken over you. You are my child. You are created in my image, carried by my mercy, and called by my name. You are not held together by human approval, nor are you undone by human rejection. Your deepest identity does not rise and fall with how others choose to treat you, whether they notice you, ignore you, or completely misunderstand you. You belong to me. Let that solid truth stand beneath your feet. Let it become the holy ground you refuse to leave. My beloved child, when you forget who you are, every single storm begins to look like a final verdict. If someone leaves you, think it means you are unlovable. If a door closes, you think you are unwanted. If you struggle, you assume you are disqualified. If you have to wait, you think you've been passed by. But when you stand in my truth, you begin to see everything differently. A closed door can guide you without rejecting you. A struggle can refine you without destroying you. A delay can prepare you without erasing my promise. Your identity must be anchored far deeper than your circumstances. A boat without an anchor is tossed by every passing current. A soul without truth is shaken by every feeling, every comment, every silence, and every comparison. But when your heart is anchored in me, the winds may still howl, yet they do not get to decide who you are. I am your anchor. I am your father. I am the one who speaks the truest word over your life. Remember Gideon. He was hiding in fear when I called him a mighty warrior. His surroundings didn't look mighty, and his emotions didn't feel mighty. His self-image was entirely shaped by fear, weakness, and limitation. Even then, I whispered to the strength I planted deep inside him before he could even see it. My truth never accepted his hiding place. My voice drew him out. And I do the same for you. I will never define you by the dark corner where fear made you hide. I call you by the beautiful purpose I put inside you. I do not judge you by the dust on your feet, but by the holy breath in your lungs. I will not define you by the painful season that broke you. I see the life I am still building inside your soul. Stand in that truth when your emotions scream. Stand firm when bad memories return and guilt pretends to be wisdom. My child, standing in truth does not mean pretending you are flawless or without weakness. Truth is not denial. It is matching your heart to mine. You can say, I am still healing, but I am not hopeless. You can say, I made mistakes, but I am not abandoned. You can say, I feel afraid, but fear does not rule me. You can say, I am waiting, but I am not forgotten. This is how my truth becomes your shield. This is how the lies lose their grip. This is how your heart starts to breathe again. My precious child, do not speak harshly about the soul I love so deeply. Never hurt yourself with words I would never say to you. Do not call yourself useless when I have packed your soul with beautiful gifts. Do not call yourself ruined when my mercy is washing you clean. Do not call your story finished when my pen is still moving. Your words carry power. Speak to your soul with gentle respect because you belong to me. When you wake up, whisper to yourself, I am held by my Father. When anxiety rises, answer softly, I am not alone. When shame knocks, tell your heart, I can always return to mercy. When comparison whispers, say, my path is guided by God. These are not empty words. They are seeds of truth planting deep in your mind. If repetitive lies can poison the atmosphere of your mind, then my truth can rebuild it through remembrance. Let my voice become the language your heart speaks fluently. You are not who guilt says you are. You are not defined by your worst mistake. And you are not who rejection says you are. You are not who exhaustion says you are. You are exactly who I say you are. Loved, held, forgiven, and completely mine. Let this truth sink in slowly. I do not expect you to feel brave overnight. Just come back to the truth every single time a doubt knocks at your door. Return gently. Come back through quiet prayer, simple surrender, and rest. Every single return strengthens your foundation, teaching your soul to recognize what home feels like. A quiet, sacred dignity is returning to your spirit as you walk with me. It starts softly, but it is real. Your heavy shoulders will lift again. Your prayers will breathe again. You will stop looking at others for permission to exist, remembering that my love was yours long before you ever had to perform. My child, people might still treat you like your old self. They might remember your past mistakes much faster than they notice your growth. They might look for your old fears, your old silence, or your constant striving. Do not feel angry because they cannot see the quiet work I am doing. Just stay true to the person I am shaping you to be. Let your peaceful life, not your words, speak for you. You have nothing to prove to those voices. Just stand quietly before me. There is a deep peace in no longer begging the world to value you. The world only looks at broken fragments, but I see the entire picture. They see a chapter of failure, but I see the redemption I am creating. Others only see your pain, but I see the healing that will help others. They see a delay, but I see quiet preparation hidden in this moment. So stand tall in your true identity, my beloved. Stand as someone covered in grace, someone being healed, and someone whose name is completely safe in my care. The darkness might try to define you, but it can never claim you. Stay close to me, because your story does not end in the dark. Stay near, my child, as I speak the final word over the dark valleys you have walked. I have shown you how to stand tall in your truth. Now I need you to know this deep down. Your life does not end in the night. The darkness has no power to write your final sentence. Your deepest wound is not your conclusion, and a delay does not mean a broken promise. My child, the dark can make everything feel so permanent. It makes silence feel forever, and tears seem like proof that joy is dead. It tricks you into thinking one painful season defines your entire future. But the night is not the author of your life. Your pain does not write your story. Fear does not write it. Rejection does not write it. I am the one holding the pen, and I am still writing. You have walked through chapters you never would have chosen, times of painful waiting and heavy loss, moments where your prayers felt completely empty and hope barely survived, chapters where you wondered if your inner light could take another painful disappointment. But listen closely. One painful chapter is not your whole book. A dark page is never the end of your story, and weeping is not the final measure of what I am restoring. Do not close your book while it is still dark. Never call a work finished when I am still shaping your beautiful soul. Do not give up on my promises just because the soil is dark. Seeds must grow in the shadows before they find the light, just like life forms in secret before it cries out. The morning light prepares itself while the sky is still completely black. My dear child, my greatest works always begin in places where you cannot see a thing. You might only see pitch darkness, but I see beautiful formation. You see empty waiting, but I see deep roots growing. You hear silence, but I am preparing you. Your story cannot end in the dark, because I am right there with you in the shadows. I was holding you when you wept. I was present when you had no words left. I was close when your faith felt like a fragile thread and when you felt completely abandoned. I am not just the God of bright, sunny mornings. I am your Father, sitting beside you in the deepest night, refusing to ever walk away. My presence never depends on whether you can feel me. My loyalty never fails when your spirit grows weary, and my love never retreats when your questions pile up. Remember those walking on the road to Emmaus. They dragged their feet with heavy hearts, believing every single hope they had was dead and buried. In this quiet, hidden space within you, I remember when they walked in disappointment. They spoke of lost hopes, their eyes too clouded to see my risen Son walking right beside them. Yet here he was, close, quietly teaching. He was revealing truth while they mourned an ending. Just like in your own life, the quiet paths where you did not know I was there, the delayed moments, the long talks, the closed doors, and those silent times you felt were empty of grace. Yet I paced right beside you. My voice whispered secrets you would only grasp later, warming your cold heart, even as your eyes wept with heavy grief. One day you will look deep inside and realize my father was right there. He was in the waiting. He was in the locked door, the silent questions, and the soft strength that kept you from shattering. My child, let this truth sink into your quietest inner sanctuary. Resurrection never begs the tomb for permission. Dawn never asks the dark if it can shine. My grace does not wait for your life to be spotless before starting anew. I wake up life in ruins, others abandoned. I breathe upon your parched soil, reclaiming everything sorrow swore was gone forever. Your dark night was long, but it cannot swallow my light. Your pain was heavy, but it is never stronger than my holding hand. You wept so many tears, but none are lost to me. I gathered every drop you thought vanished into nothing. I hold on to what the world forgot. I see your secret faithfulness, those unspoken prayers, your quiet trembling, and the days you chose me through the numbness. Not a single moment was empty. Nothing was lost. My dear child, do not wonder if the new day breaks in silence. Real beginnings rarely arrive with a roar. Often it is just a single calm breath, a quiet urge to seek me, or a tiny spark of bravery. One honest truth, deflating the lie one step out of old shadows. Never look down on quiet starts. That is how I rebuild you forever. Our story moves forward when you forgive, when you come back home, and when you stand tall in my truth. The journey goes on as you rest near my spirit. It continues simply because I am always here with you. I am shaping you into a living testament, not that you escaped pain, but that the pain could never claim you. Not that you never doubted, but that your doubts became a thin fog we braved together. Not that you never stumbled, but that my mercy lifted you up again. Brightness will return after this. Wisdom will grow, and tenderness will heal you. A new song is coming, even if it starts as a soft whisper in your heart. My child, look up now. The dark has yelled so loudly, but it never gets the last say. Let my whisper drown out the noise. Let my love collect your broken pieces. Let my peace shield your thoughts, and my spirit fan your inner flame until you burn bright again. You will not walk away from this winter empty. You are leaving with deeper roots and clearer eyes, a gentler soul, sharper wisdom, and a heart that felt my presence in dark places where easy comfort could never reach. Nothing that touched my hands is lost. Every silent prayer, every tear, the waiting, the yielding, your secret obedience and that quiet courage. Every lesson learned in the dark, I am weaving into a beautiful story, far brighter than the shadows that tried to quiet you. Your journey does not end here. You are being carried toward the morning by the Father who never left. So rise up gently. Take it step by step. Trust slowly if you have to, but do not stop. Walk with me, letting each step prove the dark could never hold what belongs to my light. I am here. I am on your side. My pen is still moving, and the warmth I put inside you will keep healing and guiding, shining until your entire life stands as proof that your Father was completely faithful through every dark night and golden dawn.